up the blitz. Flag is thrown. There's your first down and a lot more for Demaryius Thomas. Swing and a shot by Freeman. Deep into the night. Back-to-back homers for the Braves. Blake Griffin will turn. Shoot a free for the win. Bounce. They go. It got the big land. They
go. All right. Good evening. It's Tuesday. You know what that means? It's not the number one sports podcast in the world. It's not Sports4U. Live on YouTube. I'm John. Marketing inquiries will be here later on. And of course, Tuesday, it's a Cody Tuesday. Our brother Cody from Ballers and Briefs in the building as we recap these one shiny moments in college basketball. We are officially 2 weeks away from the NFL draft. We're a week away from the NBA playoffs. Baseball's off and running. And so, not to talk about in the world of sports today. Cody, how'd your weekend go, brother?
Man, it's I'm one of those weird people. I work on the weekend, so
I do too sometimes.
So I've been a little bit low key on the weekends, but trying to do all this catching up on sports and everything, and looking forward to stuff during the week. So it's been a eventful. Let's just say it's been eventful since Friday. Just if anybody that watches wrestling knows, the world has been taken by storm by my man, one Patrick McAfee. So
don't worry. Tomorrow night on Sports4U Wrestling, we are covering that from the opening jump. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last Sports4U Wrestling we do it before WrestleMania, because obviously we'll be trapped. Out of us, I'm gonna be traveling next Wednesday. Nessa's trapped. She's actually gonna be in Vegas next Tuesday. JoJo's getting there next Wednesday. Trail's getting there that Thursday. But so tomorrow we actually gonna go through the entire card, Saturday and Sunday. We're opening up with Mr. McAfee and how he wants to fix the business. And man, let me tell you right now, he's been cutting these promos on the McAfee show like this, like it's nobody's business. So I'm loving it. I'm gonna save more of my thoughts about it tomorrow. But anybody who has an issue with it, go pound.
But sports, man, it's where we're getting crossover, and
yes.
The IWC hates it, but I personally I love watching it, and I'm a lot of people that I know that are true, like old school fans of the product, just remember this kind of shit. Like, I think of this in a way of like, what would have been if this was, and I'm not saying everything's Attitude Era, but like this McAfee thing is kind of like, okay, what they tried to do with maybe Mike Tyson with the DX and Stone Cold angle back in the day, like just get a pop from somebody outside the business. I mean, but actually Pat's been in the business, so I don't understand. That's why the IWC is so pissed off about it.
That's why I didn't understand either, because he's been doing this since NXT, so it's not nothing new. It's like my man George Sedano says on ESPN, everybody's mad at everything. That's all it was. That's what it was. Like, there's people mad at Lil Yachty. There was people mad at, obviously we know people were mad about Jelly Roll, but he's not even going to be on the card. People mad about Lil Yachty being in Trick Williams, but we're going to talk about that as well. But I think we're going to see some magic in Vegas that Saturday when Cody and Randy step in the ring for the first time against each other since obviously last year Night of Champions, but obviously we know the history. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow. So y'all tune in tomorrow for Sports4U Wrestling. Might have an early start time tomorrow because we're gonna go through the entire WrestleMania card, so we'll be ready. But let's get into sports here today. What up, Black Wrestling? What's good, brothers? Good brothers over there at Black Wrestling. Shout out to you. Before we get into obviously the main topics, I want to talk about something that's interesting. Cody, I don't know how much like me, I only watch baseball if the Dodgers is on, but I might make it a special occasion depending if it's something unique. Like, I'm gonna watch the Field of Dreams game later on this year. Obviously, watch the All-Star game, how they in the playoffs. But I tuned in for that opening night of MLB on Netflix. But I'm gonna say this: it was more about Netflix and less about MLB. And I think people are wondering, did Netflix drop the ball? So I'm gonna paint the picture. So they obviously do the pre-show. Elle Duncan's now over there. She's like the face now of their sports, of their new sports department they got over at Netflix. She's like the face. She's the top anchor there now. And
I was never a fan of her on ESPN, but
okay.
That's just me. So
okay, love her, Elle Duncan. She's a Broncos fan too. And then they had Barry. They was able to get Barry Bonds. They got they had Pujols. They had Anthony Rizzo. They have CC Sabathia, Hunter Pence. I mean, it was Matt Vasgersian, Hunter Pence, and Anthony Rizzo were actually, I think, in the booth for the game, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. I think you're right. Yeah, and then they had the extras. Like we talked about it the day before. They had Bert Kreischer and obviously Jameis. I had no problem with Jameis. I thought Jameis was funny. Was pretty funny.
I think Jameis has got good, he's got good chops as a future broadcaster of some sort. I think.
What up, Sam? Yeah, I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be good. I think I think he's going to kill it when he really takes this TV thing serious, and obviously he's done playing. He's going to actually seriously be good. Uh-oh.
Just wait. You stay. Just don't go anywhere. Don't go nowhere. Just stay there. Stay here. Stay locked in, and you'll get what's coming to you. Okay. Right. What's your oath?
So I'm going to say this. So I'm going to go back to what we were talking about this MLB on Netflix. Now they're also going to have a home run derby this year, and like I said, they're going to have the Field of Dreams game. So there was a lot of criticism, like I said, about how they pretty much took away from the game was secondary as opposed to promoting everything on Netflix. And like we were talking about Elle Duncan. She went on Pablo Torre's podcast and talked about it, and she got a little defensive. I want to get your thoughts. Obviously,
this is the thing about being on Netflix. It's like
it's the evil empire.
Goliath. You guys are the New York Yankees of media now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so you come in and all these eyeballs are on, and it's like, what the are these people doing?
Here's what I'll say about the criticism when
because there were criticisms about like, oh, there's a stand-up comic. You guys are serving hot dogs after the game. You're trying to make this thing
Netflixy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like literally, that's what we told you from the beginning. So here's the thing, because there is feedback that's constructive, right? Constructive feedback is too many promos. Message received as the person that was reading the promos, the shark one, because it was like, Bert Kreischer out in the water. That sounds like the beginning of a shark movie. Speaking of which, as a broadcaster, whenever you have to say speaking of which, your segue was shit. And so I tried so hard to make that work. So yes, message received, like as soon as we got off air, right? The Netflix brass was like, probably too many promos, message received. Score bug, real feedback. Like it was too small, whatever. That's cool. All of that is real constructive criticism that is very fixable and will be fixed. But whenever there's criticism like that I saw of it was just so Netflix. It was not for baseball purists. Well, first of all, I come from a baseball purist mother who will watch 162 Braves games this year. She would have watched opening day if you would broadcast it on the fucking moon. All right. This was not for baseball purists. You'll watch it anywhere. This was for the baseball curious. And we told you that coming in. This is for and that's a lot of what Netflix is doing in the sports world is yes, for the people that are always going to watch those sports, but also for the people that maybe tuned in to watch Love is Blind, saw the button for opening day on Netflix and thought, all right, I'll check it out. And so I just think listen, this is like going to a Mexican restaurant and then bitching that they don't have barbecue. They advertised as a Mexican restaurant. It's your fault that you somehow thought they were going to serve barbecue there. Netflix has made no qualms about who they are. We're going to eventize these things. We're going to pull people from the Netflix universe. That's what we're going to do. Yes, we could probably save some of the promos, but you're telling me that no sports network has ever had a comedian on before? There's dudes who make whole careers out of doing sports stuff like that. And I'm sorry if you didn't like Bert Kreischer. I'm sorry he took up 6 minutes of your 4-hour viewing experience. So I just think if you're asking us to stop being Netflixy, if you're asking us to stop using Jason Bateman or John Cena to explain ABS or any of these other huge movie stars that every other network would love to have on their broadcast, ultimately asking us not to like be Netflix is just like not a thing that's going to happen.
So I got to delete my tweet about the cabs and the lean back.
All right. What you think, Coaster? I mean, and obviously, look, we've been talking about this all year, how the streaming has been taking over sport, is really getting into sports world, because obviously we're now on like year 4 going to be on with Amazon and Thursday Night Football. NBA's now on Prime Video. MLB's got Friday night games on Apple.
I mean, soccer is on Apple, like MLS is on Apple.
Right. And a lot of people felt she was being defensive. I personally thought she was explaining what it was. And I think everybody knew what it was, Tig, that Netflix, they over promote. I bring this up all the time. Terrell went to the Monday Night Raw debut on Netflix here at the Intuit Dome. It was not for the casuals. Now, the next week, when they did Monday Night Raw in San Jose, it was just for the casuals. It wasn't for the diehards. Now, the next week, yo, shut up, Tig. Shut up. Relax. Anyway, I was saying, for Tig over Sean, you're hating. I was saying was, Terrell went to the Raw debut on Netflix at the Intuit Dome. It was more for the casual fans. You had the Celebrity Row, Hollywood, all that, junk there. The following week when Raw was in San Jose, it wasn't like that. It was more so for the diehards, people like us who are going to watch no matter what, because that's when you had like the women's Intercontinental title. You had Nessa. You had Penta making his debut. Obviously, they're building for the Royal Rumble. This wasn't a bunch of, The Rock coming out, John Cena beginning his retirement tour, Roman and Solo for the Ulafala and all that, all the big names out there, because obviously this is a big spectacle. And I think that's what L. Duncan was explaining. This wasn't the trying to get Netflix fans into converting into baseball fans. It's to make Netflix watchers curious to see will they go watch an MLB game if it's on Netflix more in the future.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why people. I mean, but like I said, people are mad at everything. I just wanted to get that thought, but I thought that was.
It's the same argument. Like, I mean, with wrestling in general, with wrestling and sports, people have to make it something about them. Like they always want to cry and bitch and complain and moan and everything about what they want. I mean, it's just because they're miserable as shit. So I feel like that they just have to have something to argue and gripe about. So it is what it is. I felt like people think that we're not gonna get this. Like we're not, but we are. Like we're gonna have so much more of this. Like it's just what it is. Like, and this is also for baseball purists, but these same type people are the ones that I can tell you, I mean, I would say maybe 10% of all baseball fans watch all 162 games.
Right.
Like if you watch 162 games as a baseball fan, my God, I need to find out who you are so you can tell me why. I used to watch a lot of baseball, a lot.
Right.
But now I can't sit through maybe 30 regular season games and then the playoffs if we make it, like just because baseball is just not the same anymore. It's not as exciting. It's not the same as it was. So no shade to baseball players. They're great. They get paid a shit ton, but it doesn't keep my interest as much now as it did 20 years ago or even 25 years ago, when I was younger and used to play it and watch it all the time, but now it just doesn't. So I would personally rather watch UFL football where they're making 4.60 plus yard field goals and it looks goofy as shit out there than watch 162 baseball games. So
I agree, because I think it's just, and that's why baseball's been trying their best to, do the add to with the pitch clock and the automatic strike zone and everything.
Now, don't get me wrong. Going to a baseball game is way different than watching it.
Oh, definitely. Oh, trust and believe. Trust me. You ain't got to tell me. I'm going to Dodger. Me and Sophie going to some Dodger games this summer. So she's never been to a Dodger game. So this is going to be the first time taking her to a Dodger game. So it's going to – I went last year for Dodgers Yankees, and you never be the experience going to a baseball game. And I get the experience of going to Dodger Stadium. And I know what everyone brings up, the fights and all that other stuff. I mean, you can avoid that.
That's all I ever see. All I ever see about Dodger Stadium is fights. So,
I mean, that's certain people. I mean, not everybody's out there throwing down. A lot of people, we're there watching the game and enjoying a good time. Go have a Dodger dog, drink a soda, or
is it hot? Is it hot? Like, is it? Yeah. Are the games hot there?
If you're going during a day game, yes. I try to. I mean, I don't like going to the day game, especially when it's like the 105 starts where the sun is just beaming on the field. I like going to the afternoon, maybe 4:00 game, or so like I went to Sunday night baseball last year, or going to like an evening game, depending on if it's like a 6:00 start, because now the game's probably be over by 8 or 9. But I'll still go to a 7:00 game. Me and Fat, we went when the Dodgers played the Guardians. Me, Fat, and our other friend Jamie, we went to a first pitch was a 7-10 start. Me and Fat stayed until the end because it went into extra innings. So
yeah, I'm trying to think about taking Kai to a day game like this year, like in the summertime when school's out, when she's got time. Right. And since I don't work during the middle of the week, so like a Tuesday or Wednesday when the Stros are playing somebody, I'm like, hey, here it is. Here's what baseball's like. You either like it or you don't. So
yeah, you should go. Definitely, if you got baseball in your city, go during the summer. It is definitely an experience you don't want to miss. So shout out to all but they'll have, like I said, Netflix will host the Home Run Derby. They're gonna have the Field of Dreams game, so they'll have more chances to see if they can get it right on the broadcast side. Other news that broke during the week. This minor story, but we'll get to it.
I need to know Fat's baseball team so I can shit on them too. Apparently,
he's a Guardian. He's a Guardians fan. He likes.
God.
He still calls them the Indians, but Cleveland.
I can get on board. That's the only team of all of his teams that I will actually give him any credit for having been a fan of.
Yeah, Bears, Notre Dame football, Michigan basketball. He's a Clippers fan because he just obviously, but he grew up a Penny fan. Penny was his favorite player. So he was always a Penny fan. So Orlando, Phoenix.
Is he from the Midwest?
No, he's from here, Inglewood. The certain teams. Look, I've been knowing Fast since high school. Me, Fat, Mark all went to high school together. And as long as I knew him, only thing I knew was he was knew all his squad. I knew he was a Penny fan when we was in high school, but that's how we ended up meeting because we was talking trash about the Lakers and Suns on the bus. And I didn't probably know until we got older. We was going to school together in college. Going to community college together, that's when I found out he was a Bears fan. And I mean, I knew he was an Indians fan. I know he was an Indians fan because he always wear the Chief Wahoo hat. So, but he became a Clippers fan because obviously
Chief Wahoo hat's one of the best looking baseball lids that's out there.
Yeah, he still rocks it to this day. Sam, you got to where I was going to go with my next story. This story broke yesterday. Angel Reese is now a Atlanta Dream. She was traded yesterday in a trade with the Chicago Sky. Sent her and a second round pick swap to the ATL in exchange for 2 first round picks. Now I don't know the whole questions in regards to how WNBA trades and the value of first round picks, but I'm wondering. And Candace, I see you there. Was 2 first round picks a little too much for Angel Reese? Now, I definitely see you giving up 1, maybe a second. She's gonna give you a double. She's gonna be a walking double. But if you're giving up 2 1s for someone who's gonna be the glue to a championship team and not the face of the franchise, I don't know. But like I said, I don't know how much do they value draft picks in the WNBA like they do in the NBA and the NFL. I know those picks are coveted a lot, but
Yeah, she's not like 1A on that team, right?
No,
who is?
Who's the number one?
I mean, Griner's on that team, right? Isn't Brittany Griner on that team?
But she's more like she's not more down the road. I forget the girl. She won the 3-point contest. Sabali. I think that's her name.
Oh,
I think she's the best player. And then, yeah, but not. She's going to come in and probably be like the third option. But she's going to give you double doubles in points and rebounds. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, Gray. Yeah. Angel Gray and Ryan Howard are the top 2 players. That's who the top 2 players are for the Dream. Okay. So, and then she said Tahino's the 3rd scorer. So she's pretty much gonna be like the 4th or 5th option. So a lot of people say she's a female Draymond Green. That's a whole nother conversation.
Oh, Alicia Gray. She went to South Carolina, right? She was like a 1st round pick, right?
Yeah, Alicia Gray. She won the 3-point contest. Was it last year or the year before last? But her and Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard was the number 1 pick in the WNBA draft, if I'm not mistaken. But that's where Angel Reese in Chicago, it just didn't mesh. I know she probably wanted to be in the more flashier market when she got drafted out of LSU. She probably wanted to be in LA. I was shocked the Sparks didn't draft her, but they took Cameron Brink. Obviously, Cameron Brink was more of a more polished offensive player coming out of Stanford, but Angel Reese was a proven winner. But I was a little shocked they went that route. But I wish the best for Angel Reese as she's going into this new adventure. They said after the firing of Teresa Witherspoon, everything just went downhill from there. Barely, it was her, Camila Cardozo, and they just didn't put the right team around. That team was hot garbage. But like Candace said, her going to the ATL will be evolving. So
they're a better overall team anyway, right?
They had the third best record. They had the third best record in the WNBA last year. So
and I'm sure like that team's probably and like I said, I don't know enough about draws, but like do you think that they draw a bigger crowd in Atlanta than the Sky did in Chicago?
Oh, definitely. And this is coming out, and this is crazy because the Sky they won a WNBA title like a few years ago. But yeah, they're going to definitely be she'll definitely be a bigger draw in the ATL with that culture, with that fan base than she could ever been in Chicago. We're going to talk some NBA, some NCAA tournament in a minute. We got some NFL mock drafts to talk about, but I want to get into this story as we're finishing with the tournament. I talked about it with Mark on Friday, but I want to get your thoughts on it. The NCAA is finalizing that they're going to expand the tournament to 76 games.
I heard that.
What the heck is this, Cody?
76. So we start with what?
We started 64? with 64.
We started with 64, right?
Yeah. And then we added the first 4 out of the play-in. So we added the first 4 and it got to 68.
68. Which still makes total sense. Like I'm okay with that because that gives teams that might make a Cinderella run a chance.
Mm-hmm.
But 76, dude, that's just okay. So that's all of the Big Ten, 3/4 of the Big East, the about 6 teams out of the SEC.
Right.
Here are a few of the Big 12, and then a bunch of at-large teams. Like it's just like
it's pretty much letting everybody. It's pretty much when me and Mark was talking about that Friday. It's pretty much like basically letting everybody in the tournament without having to
anybody that has a chance to beat anybody in the tournament, and then you're gonna still have a bunch of teams that are. How many teams are tournament eligible in the first place?
112 teams, probably 196, maybe 196, about 68 get in. So I'll say you want to say about 112, 120 teams probably are tournament eligible.
Yeah,
and now they want to add 8 more teams. Not even just they just double from going from 4. They said we're gonna add 8 more teams. So basically the first 4 would be like pretty much the first round. It's like the round of 76 goes to the round of 64.
That's just crazy, though. Like, that's just that adds 2 extra games on a team that possibly could make a. I mean, momentum is a thing, but Lord have mercy.
And I get it.
We just saw what Michigan did. Does momentum need anything?
I think they're trying their best to try to keep mid-majors invested. Obviously, the Cinderella, because a lot of people was wondering, has NIL and the portal took out the feel of having a Cinderella in the tournament? I personally didn't think it did. Whoever's gonna, if you're good enough to get to the next round, you're good enough to get to the next round. But that's what a lot of people were feeling this year with the tournament. But this is too much. This
350 basketball teams in D1 that could theoretically make it to the tournament.
No,
and now you're at 76 of them.
You don't need that. You don't need that.
350. Yeah, 350 plus it says. So I would just say 350 easy. That 361 schools actually full of 31 division that could go into the tournament.
Yeah. That makes zero sense. Zero sense. I wanted to show you this. Me and Mark had this interesting debate, and he's going to walk in a little bit, and it will get
21%. Let's just say this. That's a 21%. 21% of the teams in college basketball are eligible for that tournament.
Nope. No.
That's too many.
No can do. I'm sorry. That's an abomination. So I want to ask you this. So me and Mark had this fun with the crowd. And this is something we might be discussing in the future, if you get my drift, Cody. And I saw this on Twitter, and it asked which one of these eras would win. And look, the silent generation, me and Mark was like, how are you stopping that guy right there? And how are you stopping that guy right there? I don't care who anybody on this team's having. And Kobe's my favorite player. But I still trying to figure out how are you stopping Kareem, Abdul, Jabbar, Lou, Alcindor, whatever you want to call him at the time, and Will. There's no chance. None. I like the baby boomer scene with Barkley and Olajuwon, Magic, MJ, Bird, of course the Gen X scene. I lived it. Okay, Fat. Just be easy right now, man. Be easy. We know you're on cloud 9. We got you in a minute. This Mark is stepping into the architecture now. I wanted to get your thoughts. Me and Mark clearly said the silent generation team was the winning team. What you think? What you think, Cody?
Well, I mean, like you said, who's going to stop the 3 big men there? I mean, Bill and Kareem and Mr. 100 points. Only thing I can think of is that Shaq and Timmy D are going to have to D them up, Shaq's going to just have to bully them, but I don't know, man. That's kind of you're going to have to pick up the weak link there, which in this case has got to be Jerry West.
Are we sure it's not Bill Russell?
Offensively, it's Bill Russell.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm just saying. Okay, Bill Russell being offensively, but you got what? How would you even man that team on the floor? As the 5. You put Kareem at the 3.
No, you put Kareem at the 5. You put Kareem at the 5.
Who played 3?
He's the most athletic one out of the big.
You put Kareem at the 5. You put Bill Russell at the 4. You put Will at the 3. Jerry West is the 2, and Oscar Robertson is running point.
So you're saying Wilt was more athletic than Kareem?
Yes.
Shoot better.
Oh, definitely.
And he can keep up with it. I mean, you got to think that's a world-class athlete, not just basketball.
He played volleyball. He did.
That's right. Yeah.
He did track.
I just think of Kareem as a martial artist and whooping Bruce Lee's ass too. So that's what I'm saying. He's got moves. So I was just thinking that he's
definitely up there. They're definitely the best 2 athletes on that team. and it's not even close.
But the Gen X team is nice. I mean, literally that Timmy D, you put KG at the 3.
Mm-hmm.
KG's automatically the 3 there. Timmy D's the 4. Shaq's the 5. Who you put? Obviously, man, I don't know if I would move Kobe down to the guards like the 1 and let AI just play his true 2 spot.
Kobe could play the 1.
That's what I was saying. Like Kobe played the 1 and keep AI at the 2.
Hey, Tig, relax.
What is that?
Will scored 100 in the same arena. Magic called come on now. Come on, Tig.
Hey, Tig, even if you don't believe 100, you still average 50. Average 50.
At 25 rebounds.
Average 50.
Okay,
at 25 rebounds.
Are we playing with a 3-point line or without 3-point line here?
I'm still with the 3-point.
Okay, then we're okay. So then I think that you might have your silent generation might not, because you steal a couple possessions and then get a couple threes from these guys that at least can shoot threes. I mean, even with the baby boomers, Larry Bird out there just chucking them up there. I'm just saying you end up out possessioning wise, steal a possession here and there and then get a 3 where they're only going to get a 2 because these dudes aren't shooting threes.
That's cool. That means that team won't lose by 50, they'll lose by 40. That's cool.
That's funny. That is so funny. All right, Mark, welcome to the show, brother. Glad to see you. We was talking about a couple of things before you walked in. We talked about I got Cody's thoughts on this crap right here. Me and you discussed on Friday, just letting the whole NCAA tournament and whole NCAA into the tournament.
And I just said it was 21%. It's 21% of all teams. So 21%. You might as well just go ahead and make it fucking 80 and make it around 25 if you're going to do that.
I said you might as well add all 116 teams.
Basically. And then
it's 360 eligible for college basketball. 116 is for football.
That's just
because you got to remember all of these schools. Because I went to college, we didn't have a football team. We were specifically only a basketball team, and our women's team made the tournament. We even made the tournament while I was there because we won the Sun Belt at the time. So all these schools that don't have a football team, you're forgetting about. That's another 150 of them or 200 schools that don't, like the St. John's of the world. So, or that have a football team that are Division II, like Colgate, for instance. They can play in the tournament basketball wise, but they can't. Their football team's a D2 school.
Colgate. The home of Adonal Foil. That's the only person I knew Colgate was toothpaste or Adonal Foil. We talked about this also, Mark. Angel Reese.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good for Angel Reese.
But I'm gonna ask you this: 2 first-round picks. And I preface this was I don't know how the WNBA values they draft picks like the NBA and the NFL compared to NBA and NFL. But she got 2 1s and they do a pick in the Dream got a 2nd-round pick swap with Angel Reese.
I'm gonna say yeah. If you a team dog, and you know that this team can, Angel Reese can help you get you over that hump to put you in a championship contender. Dog, you got to do it. And I think that with adding Angel Reese, you putting her with Brittany Griner, and they got good guard play over there. Dog, that's you putting yourself in a position to win.
I think she's gonna flourish there, and she's definitely gonna be accepted by that ATL culture way more than she would have been in the Shy. So, but that's no disrespect to the Shy. That's a Tig, but that's hilarious. All right, now
here you go, Tig. Just so you know.
Hey, send that to McAfee. He's gonna need that. He's gonna need one of them next week when he's in Vegas.
Sam, what up with it?
What up, Sam? Let's get to some more stories. All right, now let's go ahead and get into y'all want to go NBA or I want to go get the college stuff out the way?
College stuff because somebody's waiting on the apology.
Oh yeah, and he's here. All right, so let's go. All right, let's talk some college basketball. Congratulations.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we got. Yeah, Cody has something in store for the show. But yeah, let's go ahead, Mark. We have a new women's college basketball champion. The UCLA Lady Bruins get their first national title in school history. Lauren Betts was the most outstanding player. Corey Close, longest coach to have to wait till she get her first national title, waiting 15 years as the coach of UCLA. And now, obviously coming based off what happened last year with them getting rolled by UConn in the Final Four, they came back together. They brought a team. They brought some players out of the portal. And now they are national champions. And I'm going to say this. We picked Friday, me and you picked UCLA to beat South Carolina. But I didn't see that. I wasn't expecting that. And I'm not saying, I'm not going to act like I'm a women's college basketball expert, but I know coming off what I saw from South Carolina Friday, I knew they would lose, but I thought it would have been more of a tougher contest. But then UCLA just looked it. It was a bigger team.
I was surprised too, but then I went back and looked at the last time UCLA played South Carolina, which was at the beginning of the previous season, not this season before. Not this season, but season before. They blew South Carolina out that game too.
All right. Small world.
Yeah. So again, we picked UCLA, man. Congratulations to the Lady Bruins, man. I hope y'all got A-clap that night. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, they're at the Lakers game tonight. They're going to be honored in the first quarter.
They're trying to get A-clap at the Lakers game?
Yo, you good? Yo, you're trying to get they're going to get A-clapped at the Laker game?
Good point. Never mind.
But shout out to Gabby
Jaquez,
obviously the sister Jaime Jaquez, and obviously Lauren Betts, Sienna Betts. They all balled. And salute to South Carolina. I think Don Staley, I know this is killing them inside the fact that they went to the Natty 2 straight years and have felt defeat.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're gonna eventually have to get. They might have to go in the portal.
They are. I think they'll go this year and get a portal. Listen, I think I'll be quick is going to one of the USC schools.
Mm-hmm.
I think USC out here or the University of South Carolina.
For those who know, Allie, she's the star at Iowa State. She didn't enter the portal last week. And yeah, they had it. And obviously teams with the portals now open, teams are going to be looking to see who can they try to pry to their university for this coming up season. The Dodgers looking good. They still own Canada. So they're still on Canada.
Oh
boy. Here we go. So the next thing we want to talk about is the national champions on the men's side. So we need to get this out the way. The Michigan Wolverines, they win their first title since 1989. The Fab Five was there on Saturday when they steamrolled Arizona, and they win last night over UConn. Dominant. It was a tough game, physical game. Obviously the 3-point shot wasn't falling, but in the second half, but they got it done. But at this time, we have our guy Cody here, and he has a statement he wants to make to a certain listener. So what we're going to do is we're going to let Cody have this moment to himself. Cody, take it away, brother.
So I have a formal written statement to one Mr. Fat. Sir. Okay. I, Cody Worth, dear Michigan fans, including Mr. Fat, I, Cody Worthen, would like to formally apologize for picking against the Michigan Wolverines in the men's NCAA tournament. In hindsight, I underestimated your team's resilience, talent, and determination on the court. My decision not only reflected a lapse in judgment, but also failed to recognize the spirit and excellence that the Wolverines bring to every game. I sincerely regret my choice and the doubt it implied. I have learned from this experience and will carry renewed respect for the Wolverines program moving forward. Congratulations on proving me wrong in the best possible way. Respectfully, Cody Worthen.
Oh,
you know what?
My God.
Fuck that. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. You know what? I ain't apologizing for shit. You think you pulled off that win without me? If it wasn't for me calling your damn Wolverines out and saying that they were the only number 1 seed that wouldn't make it this far, you wouldn't have won shit. So you guys know it. You know it. Everybody knows it. It's me. I was the reason you won, so I should be the champ. I'm the champ. I'm still the winner, and you suck.
Oh, my. StreamYard, please. Oh, no, man. Fat. Oh, man. If I know Fat right now, he in tears right now. Oh, no, that's funny. That was good. Rock, Cody, man. Man, that was funny, man. Man,
Sorry.
That was dope.
About that all day. If it wasn't for me, Michigan would have never won.
Oh man, oh man. But then he came, Cody. Then he came with the gunshots at the end. Oh man, the tears.
Wrote the whole statement, everything, and then got all the way done with it and was like, nope. I'm saving the business. Saving the business.
Oh man, thank you. Shout out to Cody McAfee in the building. I'm saying.
I hope StreamYard.
Oh please, StreamYard, y'all. Oh man.
If not, I will. If not, I can clip it on. We can clip it off of YouTube, and then we can just put it in.
All right, man.
So after that,
forgot I had the black hat on instead of.
After the hilarious.
All right, but yes. But speaking of champions, let's get back to. Oh man, that's hilarious. That was great.
Again, congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines.
Yes, they are your national.
Yeah,
champions.
for real. Fact, like, no shade. I just overlooked them for real. Like I didn't trust them at all, and it blew up in my face. I will be the first man to say that shit.
Also, what came from this game was coaching really matters in college basketball.
Yeah.
We seen Elliot Cadeau as the North Carolina point guard. When he was there, he couldn't shoot. He was a turnover machine. And now he was the most outstanding player in this tournament. So shout out to him, man.
All right. Yes.
But the thing is like, isn't this team? We expect these dudes are NBA bound, right?
I think the only one that might be leaving is Yaxel.
Oh, Fat, be quiet, man. But oh man, Yaxel's probably
take your victory lap. Take your victory lap. Okay, Fat.
No, he had one day.
I'm just gonna say this one more heel remark, and I'll stop until football season.
No,
get it in now because you're not gonna win a Super Bowl and you're not gonna win a Natty.
Oh boy, that's the one where I don't want to be around Fat. This was wild. But if Notre Dame or the Bears ever won, I'm not talking to this dude for like a month. No, I might not go talk to this dude till we go to Vegas because I ain't gonna want to hear it. But speaking of coaching and coaching matters, there was some coaching news in the world of college basketball, and it pertains to, and me and Mark have a vested interest in this news. Michael Malone, the former coach of the NBA champion coach of the Denver Nuggets, is now going to be the head coach of me and Mark's North Carolina Tar Heels.
Drew Timmy playing point guard?
I mean, we have no LeBron, no Luka, no Austin Reeves, no Marcus Smart. Who else we going to have? I mean, we ain't nobody. It's pretty much DeAndre Ayton, Luke Kennard, Jake LaRavia in the G League right now.
You better go get Magic. All right, John, go ahead.
But yeah, I hate that dude too. But yeah, Michael Malone. Who would be worse if I? Nah, I can't. No, Ted, don't do that, man. Nah, Nick will be way worse.
No, he won't.
You sure?
Fat?
Who will be worse?
Notre Dame?
No, Fat with Notre Dame would just
fat with Notre Dame.
Maybe I'm just speaking as a Lakers fan. That's
fat
why.
Fat with
Notre Dame would be he'd be unbearable.
Yeah, he would. I think so, probably.
Notre Dame fans, you already know how they are. But let's get to this story. Look, I know it's our boy Bass hit up our group chat and he just said Michael Malone. And I was trying to figure out, wow, is he going back?
I sent it to you.
And then
Cody sent it first.
Okay. So I didn't see it because I was on the phone at the time. So when you said it, and I was like, Michael Malone, I'm like, he's going back into coaching? And I'm like, no. I'm like,
because I was watching the McAfee show and
he was talking to Coach K.
He was talking to Coach K, and they were just talking about Billy Donovan, like that exact moment. And I'm like, okay, they're like waiting on Billy Donovan. He's about to be the UNC coach. That's pretty much a shoe-in. And then Pat says, hold up, we're going to break some news really quick. And Adam Schefter, of all fucking people, broke this news.
Yeah, I'm like, what the heck is this? I'm not trying to crap on Michael Malone. I know he's a good coach. Look, you ain't gotta tell me I've dealt with this dude as a Lakers fan. He made my life miserable after 2020. But he's a good X and O's guy. He's a tough coach. Is that gonna transfer to North Carolina? He knows what it's like to deal with expectations, being around the championship culture. But he's not knowing what these expectations are. And Mark can tell you, sometimes Tar Heel fans can be unreasonable.
Very unreasonable.
And look at I would have thought, like Mark brought up Friday, he brought up Jerry Stackhouse. I still brought up Sean May. Coaches who are familiar with the NIL, with the structure of NIL, with the portal. But he said he's going to get the right staff around him that's going to show him the right ways of getting these things done.
I was reading yesterday on the North Carolina Twitter page yesterday. They said the staff he's building around is focusing on high-end recruiting.
Definitely.
And they're getting they didn't say who it was, but they said they're getting a recruiter from a high-end program.
They're going to need it.
So hopefully that helps with do they have Jokic?
No, we don't have a Jokic at North Carolina. Trunks. We don't have a Jokic here.
And as soon as he got announced as the coach, we have 4 people going to portal.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this was my thought on this. Is like UNC. Bubba's the athletic director, right? Bubba
Cunningham. Bubba Cunningham. Yeah.
Cunningham, right? So I believe this in my heart of hearts that UNC is trying so hard to make their athletics, like their two sports, too big two out of the big 3 sports, a professional organization. Like it just sounds so much like that. I mean, obviously you got Belichick and Michael Lombardi running the football team, Michael Malone and whoever they hire as the general manager of the basketball team, which I'm sure they'll do that because of the structure.
Yes.
They'll do that. And then, of course, like in football, you've got Petrino, who did time in the pros and has been a really successful college coach. I really feel like that's kind of what they're going to do. I would say both sports are going to do that kind of same thing and make this a professional organization and try to teach these kids, and I say kids because that's what they are, these kids how to be pros. Literally, they may not – UNC football is further away from winning. I would say further away from winning a championship than the basketball team. I just feel like the basketball team just kind of starts higher, but like it teaches them to be a pro. And I feel like that's kind of what this program wants them to do. And I feel like bringing Michael Malone in, okay, you've been a championship winning coach. You've been around the NBA for a long time. What does it take for these guys who can essentially come in here at 18 years old, 17 years old, and leave at 19 and go to the pros? They're like, ready. Yeah. So what is it going to take? You have 1 year to make them what you wanted on your basketball team.
Right.
In Denver. So I kind of feel like, to me, that's what makes the most sense. And maybe that's just me trying to justify this hiring, but that's the only way that I can.
What was your reaction?
I wasn't sure if I liked that person.
That's where I was. That's where I was too.
I was maybe kind of thinking somebody who had more college experience and understand it. These kids want to get to the league, but it's a difference between college basketball and NBA.
Mm-hmm.
It's played different. It's a different pace. It's taught different. Everything is different about it. So I was kind of hoping that if we had somebody, they would have had some kind of college experience, like we were talking about Billy Donovan. But I mean, through and through, he's a good coach. I just hope that he has all the people around him that can help him translate this to the college.
Yes, Dusty did. Okay, God damn it.
Yes, Dusty May was a good coach. That's why North Carolina was going after him. But unfortunately, I knew that was pie. I knew that was pie in the sky. I was with Mark the same way. I thought more of a college coach. Look, we all saw the names that was out there when we fired Hubert Davis. Everybody knew North Carolina was going big game hunting. Yeah, but we know they were going big game hunting. They were going to try to maybe go with Rick Pitino. He got a new contract with St. John's. Tommy Lloyd, new contract from Arizona. I didn't think Dusty May was ever was never a realistic possibility. He's not leaving Ann Arbor. Some people thought the Iowa coach, some said the Florida coach. I said the whole time, Billy Donovan is sitting right there. The Bulls ended up that same day blowing out their whole front office. GM gone. VP of basketball operations gone. What up, JoJo? Only person there left is Billy Donovan.
Hey, JoJo.
Only person left there is Billy Donovan. What was the rush? I get it because of the portal. But if you knew there could have been, I don't know who Bubba Cunningham was. How did they come to the conclusion with Michael Malone? And again,
What's up, Bella?
What up, Bella? I'm down to give him the benefit of the doubt because I know what a good coach he is. I would have preferred someone with a little more college experience. Michael Malone hasn't coached college basketball in 25 years. He was an assistant, I think, he said it was an assistant at the University of Manhattan. But this is a totally different world from University of Manhattan. This is Chapel Hill. And what he was saying in his press conference, I was listening today while I was on my way from picking up Sophie from the Y. A lot of the former players, I don't know which former players exactly was in his office, we're saying, things at UNC have not felt like the same. So pretty much I'll put it like this. I know that's code for it. Things weren't the same, haven't been the same since Roy Williams retired.
It won't be.
It's not going to be. It was never going to be. It would never will be. It was the same when Dean Smith retired.
As North Carolina fans, we have to stop comparing whoever it is to Roy Williams.
Or Dean Smith.
Well, I'm not going to even go Dean Smith.
I know, but but somebody's gonna go there. But you're right.
But we have to stop comparing what Roy Williams did to whoever we hired. That's always gonna be a recipe for failure.
It's the same argument I would think like that Alabama fans need to do with Kalen DeBoer and Saban.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw that this kind of the same argument. Like I saw this today. Like again on the Pat McAfee show, they were tooting the horn of the Big Ten, right? The Big Ten. The Big Ten's won 3 or 4 consecutive college football playoff games against the SEC. The last three national champions have been the Big Ten or whatever. But and like 4 of the 3 games that they had won were against Alabama, and they were against Kalen DeBoer's Alabama teams, not against Nick Saban's Alabama team. So like the same argument. Like these aren't the same teams that they were under legendary head coaches. They're not. It's just the same colors on the jersey, right? These aren't the same teams. They're not prepared the same. They're not done the same. So stop fucking comparing them.
Yeah. We dealt that out here after Pete Carroll left to go back to the NFL, and I know a lot of USC fans, and they was trying to find the next peak. That's why they kept going back to Lane. They would go to Sark. They weren't going out there trying to find the next best coach. They was going there trying to recreate something that you just couldn't recreate at that time. That was a moment in time. That was a moment in time you cannot recreate. Cody, me and you talk wrestling all the time. There's people who want to recreate the black and gold era in NXT. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen.
They recreated Undertaker.
Stop it.
Oh,
but we're gonna. But you can't recreate, like, even with the Lakers. Even though we got LeBron, we can't. Even
it's not Kobe.
It's not Kobe. It's not even with Shaq and Kobe. It wasn't Showtime.
It was the Magic and Kareem.
Yeah. Even the Bulls been going through this, trying to, even with D Rose, trying to find, still living in the ghost of 23. You can't have that. You can't keep trying to do that. And every dynasty goes through this where they feel like they're one move away from getting back to being at that prestige, but it's more 4, 5, 6 moves away from being back in that prestige.
It's just kind of like you have to go out and not saying this in a bad way, but out with the old and in with the new, and just embrace the new and move on with your life, because you're never going to be that same. It's never going to look the same. Even if you do win 6 titles in a row or 5 titles in a row or whatever it is, you do 3-peats here and 3-peats there. It's not the same team. It's never going to be the same team. You can still love that team that was great back in the day, but it's not the same. And it's not the same team. It's just never going to be the same team.
Never will.
And that's how he said whoever it is up in failure by comparing them to who you have as a high level, you know what I'm saying?
Because your standard, they're never going to meet your standard. It's just not going to be. So you're going to have to move your standard aside and give that person a chance. And if they suck, they suck. Move them. They'll move out, and then the next guy will come in, and you'll have a chance. Like, unless you just know for a fact they're a lame duck from going in, which I would say 9 times out of 10 you could kind of. Like, and for me, like for the Texans, David Culley, we knew he was a lame duck. We knew he was a lame duck. He was just going to be a lame duck coach. That's just how he was. We didn't think Lovey was going to be a lame duck, but he ended up being a lame duck too. So,
yeah, shout out to Domingo. Saw him at Monday Night Raw last night, and sitting on the same row with Bun B. So shout out. Speaking of coaches, I'm glad Cody's here for this. We're not done with this topic. Oh, we're not done with this topic. Y'all thought me and Mark went score turf on Friday. Oh, we were not done talking about Geno Crybaby Auremma.
Oh, God.
No, we're not done with this, bro. So y'all remember what happened Friday. Geno Auremma.
Geno in his 80s.
70s. He obviously had this yelling situation with Dawn Staley because apparently he didn't shake her hand post-game. He only shook pre-game. Which he did. And it was crap. And then, he kind of went off on how she was getting favorable calls during his in-game interview with Holly Rowe.
Wait, John. Stop right there. Did you see that play where he was talking about where the girl jersey got ripped?
Yeah, her teammate ripped it.
No, she ripped it herself.
Right.
What is this man talking about?
Oh, Trunks, you didn't see the story. So let me rewind to Friday, Trunks. So we all know South Carolina defeats.
Pull Geno down. Because he can't see y'all.
Okay, good. Here I go.
Yeah, don't ever put Geno up on the screen anymore.
There you
go. Okay, cool. So here's the deal. So for those who don't know the story, Geno Auremma, South Carolina beat UConn in the women's Final Four on Friday. Geno Auremma's walking down. It seemed like, and him and Dawn Staley have some words, and eventually the words did not look like they weren't. It was very hostile. Come to find out, we just said he claims that Dawn Staley didn't shake his hand pregame, which was false. He only shook her staff's hand. Yeah, you don't. Yeah. We learned you don't mess with North Philly. Shout out to Dawn Staley. But and like I said, during the game, during his in-game interview, he was talking about how he's getting warnings for being a little tyrant to the refs, but Dawn Staley can say whatever she wants and this and that. And then when the game was ending, Geno just walks off the court. He pulled the Pistons against the Bulls like a female and walked, no disrespect to ladies, but like a little kid, and took his ball and went home. And then he puts out this weak apology saying he apologizing to the entire South Carolina coaching staff. No, Geno, you didn't offend the entire South Carolina coaching staff. You offended Dawn Staley. You didn't get into it with any of her assistant coaches. You got into it with her, and you tried to undermine her. And she had to keep answering questions about this because of your weak statement. The fact she's saying that she's getting 800 calls and texts about what Geno said and this and that. And I got to give Dawn Staley credit because after South Carolina took that beat down, she kept the main thing. This is supposed to be about UCLA right now. They're the champs. We lost. I'm not trying to talk about Geno. Now her and Geno did have some exchange. I ain't showing those statements. We know who was in the wrong. Y'all saw it with your own two eyes. We saw who was in the wrong. And this ain't no surprise when it comes to this man.
Trunks. And John, I don't know if you heard this, but I was watching an interview with what's her name on that be doing the women's games. She was Andrea Carter.
Oh, Janae,
and I don't know if she was talking to Candace Parker or they were watching Candace Parker have another interview with. What Janae was saying was the way Dawn Staley is building up South Carolina program is built up like Tennessee, how Pat Summitt had Tennessee.
Yes.
And we know Pat Summitt and Geno beef with each other. And they saying that the beef is coming out because he sees that similarity in her.
Pretty much. And I'm gonna say this: RIP to Pat Summitt.
And fuck Geno. It's Pat. We team Pat Summitt over here.
All nation, y'all know what it is. And Rebecca what made it even worse for me, you had Rebecca Lobo, one of your greatest players that you ever coached, pretty much say you were in the wrong. That I told you right there. But like I said, Dawn Staley handled it with grace. She handled it like a G, North Philly, and moved on. And now she got to focus on trying to rebuild this program.
She handled it like an auntie would,
pretty much, which she is, which she really is. She's trying to focus on how can we not get back here and lose another year. They've now been to the national championship 2 straight years and have gotten, and it's been one-sided losses. And this is a woman who's won 3 national championships as a coach. She's a Hall of Famer. She's led Team USA. She's pretty much a role model for these young girls out here, especially those who watch Dawn Staley growing up playing basketball at Virginia, playing in the WNBA with the Charlotte Sting and the Houston Comets. Shout out to you, Cody. And obviously coaching at Temple. She coached now coaching in South Carolina.
The female Jason Kidd.
Yeah, if I never seen any highlights of Dawn Staley, go do your homework. She was really that girl when she was doing her thing in the WNBA in the 90s and the 2000s. So, but this was a bad lift for Geno as per usual. But this ain't no surprise. Whenever he gets embarrassed, he wants to take his ball and go home.
He's a good winner, but a sore loser.
Yeah, this is part of his legacy. It's part of his legacy. It's not you coaching the Maya Moores, the Tarasis, and the Sue Birds, and all that's all gravy and all. But when it comes to you losing, you lose like you can't take losing well. And you notice every time they enter the Final Four undefeated,
they
lose. Mississippi State, Notre Dame, and now South Carolina. South Carolina loss was just the worst because the Mississippi State game was at the buzzer. The Notre Dame game, Arika Ubawale hit a shot with like 1 second left. And they got punked by South Carolina, period. Goes back to how he treated Pat in his younger games. So much respect. Yeah, he definitely. This is definitely gonna be his. This is definitely gonna be his what people remember him by. Obviously, he's gonna be remembered for his wins and championships and all that. But this also is gonna be forever part of his resume. What'd you think, Cody?
I agree 100%. I mean, he's just a big ass fucking crybaby. Just take in the words of what the kids would say, you fucking boomer, just take your loss and go on. Like,
that's
just take it and go home. Like, you lost. It is what it is. And you feel embarrassed because your team lost by double digits to a coach who's building. I'm not going to say a dynasty. I'm not saying that because she's not won a lot. I mean, she gets so far and then she kind of chokes a little bit, but I'm saying has a dynastic run with her college, right? Like she's building a program and it's one of the programs that a powerhouse program, and you're afraid of that. Just be honest. untuck your balls from between your legs and just be honest that you're scared of South Carolina and you got beat by South Carolina and you just cried about it. That's just what it is. He just feels sorry. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Enough of this topic.
No, she gets so. I'm just saying, like she gets so far and like she loses. That's what I'm saying. But she's building a program. She's building a program.
But
that's what we're looking for. She's won championships. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like recently, she's getting there and she's running into what seems to be 2 brick walls the last 2 years. Just 2 brick walls, and she can't break through the brick walls. And I'm not saying that's her fault. This is about Geno being a bitch. Not about Dawn losing. This is about him seeing that his empire is.
No, some bigs.
Okay.
Candace, I just said, I don't know if you heard, but I think that Audi Crooks, the big from Iowa State,
she'll fit perfectly with that squad.
I think she's going to either one of the USC schools, either out here USC or South Carolina.
Definitely keep your eye on that.
Going to get cooked by Audi Crooks.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I just saw on Twitter, Lane Kiffin had a reunion with Jamarcus Russell. Obviously, now that Lane's at LSU, him and Jamarcus Russell had a reunion with Jamarcus Russell. Let's get to some more topics to talk about. Let's go to the NBA, then we're going to go to the NFL. We got a couple of mock drafts to talk about.
I need Nick. I need to talk to Nick about something.
He'll be here
this Mendoza stuff. I need to hear his opinion.
Yeah, well, they should be on the way. He's checking on Nico right now, so he'll be here in a little bit. The Basketball Hall of Fame was announced on Saturday, and here is the class of the 2028 Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame, 2026. Here we go. Here we go.
That's the name one. All right.
So here's the class. Rep official Joey Crawford, Gonzaga head coach Mark Few, Glenn Doc Rivers, Amari Stoudemire, Elena Deladon, Shamika Holdsquaw, Candace Parker, and Mike D'Antoni. And you say his name and he appears. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, the one and only Nick Freeze. Nick, what up?
I believe in Nick Freeze.
What it do?
You're at right time, right place, right time, Nick.
Nick, what up with it?
Let me say this. I know you was getting everything right with Nico. You need to go back and watch to hear Cody's apology to Fat about Michigan.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I guarantee you, if you needed to laugh through the day, it was that.
That's funny shit.
But yeah, we're gonna talk some NFL in a second because obviously Cody has some wants to hear your thoughts on everything going on with Fernando Mendoza. But here's the Hall of Fame class once again. Let me add it back to the stage. Here we go. Joey Crawford, Mark Few, Doc Rivers, Amari Stoudemire, Elena Deladon, Shamika Holdsquaw, Candace Parker, and Mike D'Antoni.
Hey man, look, I defend Mike D'Antoni a lot, even though I'm not a big Mike D'Antoni fan. But he deserves to go to the Hall of Fame because his offense has produced a lot of Hall of Famers. I mean, a few MVPs, and it's used very much by other championship teams. The only difference is the irony and everything. He's the only one that hasn't won using his system.
Yeah, he's been a 2-time Coach of the Year with the Rockets and with the Suns, obviously the 7 seconds or less.
And he's just a better coach than Doc Rivers. Go ahead.
Steve Nash won 2 MVPs. James Harden won an MVP there. Trump said Amari. Yes, Amari Stoudemire is a Hall of Famer.
That's not the question. The question is the name before Amari.
The question, the name before Amari is that guy. Oh yeah, he's gonna call no names too.
Who's gonna call no names? Oh shit.
Glenn. Yeah.
Oh
Glenn Google me Rivers. No, that he'll be on calling our names. And he's going into the Hall of Fame as a coach. And look, I'm gonna talk more about Doc Rivers on calling out names because currently y'all watched Sports4U in the early days. Y'all know Nick's a Clippers fan. He's told us He tried to tell y'all. We've been trying to tell y'all. Doc Rivers is overrated.
Yeah,
he's overrated.
I agree with that. I mean, I was a Kevin Garnett fan, so I watched a lot of Boston, so I agree with that.
He was overrated. And look, go back to Orlando. He won the Coach of the Year. We all know that should have went the field, but they weren't giving it the field because said Cody don't call no names too, punk.
That's funny. Hey, look, look, the whole thing with Glenn Rivers is, I understand in Orlando, that team wasn't expected to like do anything like absolutely at all, and they extremely overachieved.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand that. Like you said, that should have been a Fields Award, but you know, the greats never get the amount of awards they deserve because there's no way in the world that Michael Jordan should only have he has 5 or 6 MVPs.
Yeah, 4. LeBron has 4, and MJ has 5.
There's no way either one of them should have that low of amount when they were that good for as long as they were. That makes absolutely no sense. And there's no way Shaq should only have 1. There's no way Kobe should only have 1. It's crazy.
The only one who only got multiple out of that era was Tim Duncan. I mean, Steve Nash, but Tim Duncan was out of like the dogs who like deserved it. He was the only one that was able to get multiples. The first one was Jason Kidd for sure. I'm not even going to. The 01, 02, that was Jason Kidd. Tim Duncan won it at 03 though. He won it at 03. But the year before, I was J Kidd. I don't think Amari is an automatic HOF. That was. Let me say this. We had this topic. This has been a discussion, but like Nick said, if you go there and you know how much I love the guy, go look at Amari's stats and go look at his accolades and go look at Pau Gasol.
It's the same as Pau Gasol. Amari Stoudemire and Pau Gasol have the same NBA career minus championships.
Minus playing with
Kobe. Amari has more All NBAs and I think more All Star appearances.
I think the same 6 All-Stars. I think Amari got 5 All NBAs. Pau got 4. Yep. Both were rookie of the years. Mm-hmm. But just like Amari got 2 rings. I mean, Pau got 2 rings. Amari don't. But like this, if you go based off coming out of the better player, we all knew the better player, even when healthy, was Amari Stoudemire. It wasn't even close. And I love Pau, but Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah.
Amari Stoudemire. Tim Duncan said no question about MVPs. I am questioning because the first one he didn't deserve, Fat. That was Jason Kidd. I'm going to say it. I didn't say he didn't deserve the second one, but the first one for sure should have went to Jason Kidd, but I'll leave that alone.
That's what Shaq said. Shaq said that was the year when we played, whatever year we played that week, whatever year the Nets played the Lakers.
I was on 2.
Yeah, he said I'm playing a real MVP in the finals.
They are identical fucking players. I did not know that in a roundabout. I mean, I watched Amari a lot when he was with Phoenix, right? But they were fucking identical players. Like I'm looking at their regular season, they were 14-14 against one another. Amari is 6-4. He's 6-4 against Pau Gasol in the playoffs, and basically it's just 400 games difference.
And a lot of that was because Stat was injured a lot. That was them. Yeah. Look, even when he went to the Knicks, his knees were already shot when he went to the Knicks.
And his eyes were getting bad too. You know, like
that's when he started wearing shit. That's when he started wearing the goggles. Yeah, yeah. JT is pretty much a Spider-Man meme. If Powell's in Amari, exactly, and he should be. I'm shocked Blake Griffin didn't get in first ballot. Me personally, but that's a whole other conversation. I wanted him to win on the Knicks. I think he would have won if they would have just signed LeBron, but that's a whole other conversation. I want to get to the ladies on this list, though. I want to get to the ladies on this list.
I wish the Big Three would have formed 1 year later in Boston.
Oh, my God.
Because Doc Rivers was on his way of being fired.
He was. And then they get KG because obviously Kevin McHale wasn't going to deal with the Lakers. So that's the only reason why it happened. Let's be real. KG should have been a Laker, but Jim Buss didn't want to trade Anthony Bynum. but I'm going to leave that alone. You didn't know that?
What you just said?
Jim Buss didn't.
No. Don't whisper. Say it louder so I can make sure I heard that.
Jim Buss did not want to trade Andrew Bynum for Kevin Garnett.
That's wild. I would have.
If anybody who's a Laker
just
fan
to say that
here,
my favorite player of all time, John.
Am I lying, Cody? Any Laker fan will tell you we could have had KG if Jim Buss would have gave the Timberwolves Andrew Bynum and Lamar Odom. But he didn't want to give up Andrew Bynum. Tick. And that's how KG ended up with Boston.
Yeah, I'm so glad because I don't know if I could have lived with myself with Kevin Garnett on the Lakers. I don't know, dude.
I would have.
I think I would have thrown up every time I'd have looked at him in yellow and fucking purple.
JT said they would not have been able to control KG. I don't care. Kobe and KG would have been fine. Kobe and KG would have been fine. I mean, we got to deal with KG and Paul Pierce talking forever for the last almost 2 decades. I think we can handle KG and Kobe would have been just okay.
I just vomited as much when KG went to Brooklyn. So, like, yeah.
Talking about highway robbery. That trade was highway robbery.
What?
The Boston Brooklyn trade when KG and Paul Pierce ended up in just move on, dog. Ended up in Brooklyn, and Boston got all them picks, which ended up turning into Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and Zion. It wasn't nothing to control around KG. He would have been all right. He would have been good. He would have been good with the Lakers. But I want to talk about the coaches. Mark Few, he was a good coach at Gonzaga. Just still never won. We already talked about Doc Rivers. We talked about D'Antoni. But I want to talk about these ladies. I'm gonna start. Let's start with these ladies. Elena Deladon was a walking bucket. A walking bucket. Whether it was when she was originally at UConn, but she transferred to Delaware when she was with the Mystics. I think she was with the Sky first before she ended up going back to the Mystics.
She was drafted at the Sky, right?
She was drafted with the Sky, and then she traded the Mystics, and obviously she went back to help take care of her sister. She was a walking bucket. I mean,
right.
Walking bucket.
Yes.
I said what you said, right? I was agreeing with what you said. Right? Yeah.
Yo, you good, Nick? Yo, Nick, you good?
What?
Yo, what's wrong with your boy, man? All right.
They were picking out drapes and carpets, man. Come on.
Y'all insane. Hey, yo. All right.
They're looking for a Persian rug.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to the Persian rugs.
Not the Persian rug. She lies like a Persian rug.
They got a new DeAndre Ayton.
Hey, Sam, you all right?
Nah, man. That's Mark Williams.
That's the one that the Lakers supposed to get?
Yeah.
Damn, he went to another team and Dalton Connect still not playing. This is crazy.
Yeah. Rob Pelinka, yeah. Dumbest thing Rob Pelinka ever did.
Crazy.
Yep. See, that's why I want to play Houston. Look at this. That's why I want to play Houston. Even without Luka and Australia, I think we can beat Houston. This Houston team is trash.
John.
Yo.
I understand what you're saying, but if y'all got to play them in a 7-game series, they got too much talent for y'all.
And I'll still take my chances with LeBron over KD because clearly I don't trust nobody else on that Houston team. I mean, besides Thompson, I don't trust nobody else.
We don't got at that Thompson level.
I mean, I ain't say they were better.
Google go crazy against DeAndre Ayton.
I still think they'll lose. He went crazy last year against Golden State and they lost.
That's Golden State. You talking about the Lakers?
Man, he still lose. I still don't trust him. But
talk about
Shamika Holdsquaw.
She holds balls.
Shamika, don't disrespect her. Shamika Holdsquaw. First of all, how the heck is she just now barely getting in the Hall of Fame? Number one.
Hold on. Hey, the Brooklyn trade is way worse. At least we got niggas that were good at the time. They got a bunch of old niggas to sell tickets.
The Brooklyn trade was worse than the Clippers. No, the Brooklyn trade was worse because
They got 2 all-stars out of this. 2 stars.
Yeah. Brooklyn would have had Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown had they just stand back now, because they would have still been trash.
And nobody knew SGA was going to be this good.
Nobody.
You knew that all the motherfuckers from Boston was old as fuck when you make the trade.
KG, Paul Pierce, Jason Terry, and Courtney Lee was the youngest, but even he was near the end of his prime. But
I thought the Brooklyn team was actually going to be good with ISO Joe and KG and.
Well, because they still had because they had Joe Johnson and they had Joe Johnson and Deron Williams. They had Joe Johnson and Deron Williams when they traded for Magic.
Wait, who else heard that?
Something wrong with your boy over here. But now remember, they had Joe Johnson and Deron Williams in Brooklyn when they made that trade too.
Deron Williams burnt out around that time too.
He was definitely at the end of the road. But Shamiko Holdsquaw.
Oh, like Wanye, they can look it.
No, not going there. Not going there. You know, everybody knew that already. But anyway, Shamiko Holdsquaw. If y'all don't know her, y'all better go do some film study. You good? You good?
John,
you good?
She was
you good?
Wasn't she a Pat Summitt product?
Yes. Baller at Tennessee. Baller in the W. Yo, you good? You good?
Eesh.
All right.
Baller.
Nick Paul.
I don't know.
What I do?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just talking about Shamiko Holdsquaw, how she was a baller at Tennessee, and then when she was with the Mystics. Definitely in Tennessee.
Her last name was Holdsquaw.
She was a crazy person.
Yeah,
I'm reading her bio, her personal life bio.
Why you saying like that, man? That's what she was. Look, she had issues with she has issues with bipolar disorder that kind of like ended her career.
I wasn't talking about bipolarism. I was talking about going after people with baseball bats.
See, that's why. Oh, I know the story. They did a outside the lines about it. It was crazy.
I'll issue another apology for her.
I'm pretty sure she did some wrong.
Yo, relax.
Also, the best woman player since she entered college.
She was dope. She was real dope. John keeps overlooking that Tennessee only had one player on the women's. Nah. Because the next player announced came from Tennessee. Took things to the next level.
No. Right now, they only have one player on the team.
Well,
yeah, they all today.
Ain't my fault. I mean, ain't my fault that they all entered the portal. I mean, RP Pat Summitt. I mean,
somebody into their portal.
Good.
Is it still is Tennessee's women's coach still that lady that took over right after Pat Summitt, or have they got somebody since then?
I think they've got somebody since then. They've had but look,
you never want to be the person to follow up a legend.
Oh yeah, that lady was on her staff that was supposed to be the next Pat Summitt. She was good for like the first year with Pat Summitt's people or players, and then
it was the same thing with North Carolina. We was talking about after Dean Smith. We went to Bill Covey.
Kim Caldwell.
Yeah, she's the coach. She's the current coach. She's the current coach right now of the Lady Vols right now. But what about Candace Parker?
What about Candace Parker?
What about her?
Again,
she's going into the Hall of Fame this year.
She should have been in the Hall of Fame while she was still playing.
Yeah,
nigga, she won MVP and Rookie of the Year.
That was insane.
Only person did that was Wilt, right?
I can remember. Well, as far as I can remember, Candace Parker.
Did she contribute? Did she contribute to Sheldon Williams' forehead?
No,
by slamming it into the bedboard. By slamming it into the bedboard, hitting it from the back.
Nope.
She slammed his head into the bedboard.
Yeah,
changed everything now.
Yeah, she was slamming his head into the bedboard.
Yo, that's insane. What's wrong with
They were playing. They were playing that Earth of Trading Places.
He was her beard.
You didn't know? Yeah.
They both had beards.
No, Nick. You did not just say that.
She called him the bearded dragon.
Her slamming him head into the backboard. Crazy.
Ash got to win. He went to Duke anyway, so forget him.
Forehead into the bedboard. Yep, headboard.
Who's on
the team with him during that time?
Pig, what I do?
What Candace was with? When Candace was with the Sparks?
No. Who was on Sheldon's team during that time?
Oh, Duke.
Who cares? I think that was 05. That was like 05. Like, hey man, no disrespect. Hey man, no disrespect Psycho to you like that.
My bad. That was an unfair joke.
Yeah, man, don't do that, man.
One of the few white players in North Carolina that went to that didn't go to Duke.
Yeah, I think he was there like 05, like 2000 era, I think. Oh, I can't remember. He was on the Lake. He was on the Celtics.
He graduated. He was drafted in 06. Sheldon.
Yeah, he was on the teams with JJ Redick.
Mm.
He was on the JJ Redick teams. Yeah. But congratulations to all those. Yeah, but let somebody tell you he's the greatest player. He was one of the 5 greatest careers in college basketball.
Did you knock something over? Hold on, Dad, do right back.
JJ was a hooper in college. I'm not gonna knock that.
I'm not knocking that. But was he one of the 5 greatest players? He had one of the 5 greatest careers in college basketball?
He won Player of the Year twice.
Yeah, but is that better? That's top 5?
I'm just saying he had Player of the Year twice, right?
Yeah.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah, look it up. I think it was 2. I think he won it his junior year and his senior year.
How many championships they won? 1?
Duke?
Did he win a championship when he was there?
03. No, because Syracuse won in 03.
Yeah,
UConn won in 04. We won in 05. Florida won in 06.
No, he didn't win.
Yeah, I never won one.
He was there 4 years.
Yeah. He was there 4 years. He was there 4 years.
He won 2 Player of the Years. He was first team All-American all 4 years, right?
Man, look, JJ Redick was a baller, man, but I don't know if I'm saying if he was on the top 5.
No, it was first team All-American twice.
Twice?
Yeah. Player of the Year once. ACC Player of the Year twice.
Yeah. He was
he was all freshman and the Wooden Award.
Yeah, he was a 2-time. It's a first 2-time All-American, ACC 2-time Conference Player of the Year,
National College Player, yeah, and
obviously 2-time All-ACC. He's been multiple time All-ACC. We all know he was in his Player of the Year, his senior year, but yeah, look, man, you ain't got to look. He was good. There was some other careers I probably would have took ahead of JJ's. Well, especially at Duke alone, I would think there was. Say what? Yo, you good?
You said he took Wood twice.
Staying college 8 years.
Wait.
Staying.
I was thinking that he had the most. He led the NCAA in points 1 year. I do remember that. First in points at like 900 and something points. I think that was it. He has like all the free throw records in the ACC. Now I'm looking at it. I mean, I
wouldn't say one of the best guys, but he was a hooper though. I mean, if you just go by accolades, he a hooper though. Go back what Pat said. He stayed in college 8 years.
That's crazy.
He was only here 4 though.
Stay 8 years in college, and people say, "Oh, look at his accomplishments." Well, hell, he stayed there. I think what Pat saying, but he
can't do that no more.
Well, he was only there 4 years.
Ain't nothing wrong being there for 4 years. That's what they paid Kyle Kuzma to do.
You said Kyle Kuzma?
Kyle Kuzma's back in college.
No, shit. I mean, he probably played for Georgia.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, you good. What's wrong with you?
My bad,
How come he said JJ stayed in college 8 years and he didn't say Tim Duncan stayed 8 years?
Speaking of Milwaukee, this story with Giannis and the Bucks.
Who they coach?
The dude who's going to the Hall of Fame, Glenn Rivers. So y'all been following this story with the Bucks where they're pretty much getting investigated for did Giannis actually, are they illegally sitting Giannis out of games?
You mean like the Pelicans did with Anthony Davis?
Yeah, that. And Giannis claims he clearly wants to play. He's obviously feels like they're trying to sit him out intentionally, and now he's the character witness in his own case. That's the crazy part. And obviously, it talks about how fractured this whole situation is with the Bucks. And I'm saying it from the moment this happened. Giannis needed to go ahead and be the bad guy. He didn't want to be the bad guy because he wants to be out of Milwaukee, but he doesn't want to come out and say it. Just own it. You don't want to be there. But no, you don't want nobody to say, you don't want nobody to say anything bad about you.
Well, that's because you get drugged through the mud if you ask for a trade, no matter how terrible a situation you in.
Well, he did. In the summer, he tried to get traded to the Knicks, but they didn't have nothing to trade for him for.
Yeah, but it's just the way the media attacks players when they ask for a trade is just ridiculous. Like, and some people don't feel like dealing with that, especially somebody who, like, for example, somebody like Giannis who really hasn't done anything bad. Like, he's a likable player, he's a likable guy, and stuff like that. And he gets necessarily drugged through the mud because he won't get himself out of a better situation when, in all actuality, he owes that. He owes them nothing. He's won MVPs there. He brought them a championship. He brought them back to relevancy. Everything. His number's gonna be retired there, even though he never had that number in the first place. So it's like, what can I do for you? Especially when you're in a situation where we're basically going through a rebuild, and I'm in my prime. Well, I can still go somewhere and very much be the best player on the championship team. Very easily still be the best player on the championship team somewhere else. My status as a player is being brought down because of this team.
He should have never came back.
The Braves and Angels are fighting right now.
Are you throwing hands?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. I said it from the moment he went out, Nick. I was like,
that's not the Braves.
He should have never came back. I always felt like he should have just stayed away and never put back on him. Huh? Oh, y'all out here?
Yeah. We still mentally in Arizona when we won 17-2. And we ain't played the game since then.
Shout out to the Dodgers, though. They basically said F Canada. Still, they just don't care about Canada. But yeah, I think Giannis needs to. Yeah, I think Giannis needs to go ahead and just axe out of New York and go about his business. Outside Milwaukee and go about his business. Stop trying to play the nice guy. You're forever gonna be a Bucks legend, but you don't want to be there. So just get going. Get ghost. Hey, adios. Bye. If things couldn't went any worse for the Lakers, losing Luka and Austin Reeves was twice is worse. So now Austin Reeves, he has an oblique injury. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Luka's in Europe getting some, or whatever type of treatment he is on his hamstring. He's definitely getting traded by the summer, Sam.
Where's Luka head at?
Your guess is as good as mine.
And why is Austin Reeves making that face with?
I don't know.
Where's Austin Reeves hand at?
Yo, Nick, what's wrong with you?
Hey, Nick. What is Luka doing to Austin Reeves?
No,
make that face, dog?
No. What's the heck is up with Nick in this comment?
What happened? What he said?
Dude, you trying to call me Avon Barksdale right now? What are you saying, dude?
Jesus.
You trying to call me my Stringer Bell, D'Angelo, Avon Barksdale? What?
Said Stringer Balls?
Yo, chill. You makes it sound like a dude from The Wire right now.
Never mind.
But anyway, yeah, they're out for and obviously I'm gonna hit by here's the brawl right now. Yo, he dang. Mark's Braves are fighting Knicks Angels right now at the Big A.
Ironically, that's a former Brave.
And the Braves are up 4-2 right now in the bottom of the 6th inning. Look, I don't think if Luka and Austin Reeves don't come back, the season's pretty. I didn't think they were going to win a championship anyway. But depending on the matchup, if they fall to if they have to run into Minnesota or Denver, I think they lose. I still think they can beat Houston because I just don't trust them. I think between the years mentally, I just don't think there can be a win a playoff series. But that's just me. Yo, relax, Nick. Relax, Nick. All right. But let's get to the NFL. Let's do some NFL talk before we get up out of here and get to calling out names. But let's get there because we're 2 weeks away from our NFL draft. For the NFL draft, and of course, the Sports4U draft show. Watch along 2 weeks from Thursday. Going down here for round 1. So.
Oh yeah, and I'll make sure I'll be there for the show. I had to put in a personal day so I can make sure I'll be there for the draft show.
He said I'll be sure.
He said he'll be sure he'll be there for the draft. He didn't say nothing about no night and day. Relax. So Bill Barr. I don't know about that, Nick. They don't know about that, Nick. So Bill Barnwell, he does a mock draft where he does trades for every pick. So there were some notable ones in this draft. I'm gonna start with you, Nick. He does like a mock trade for each pick. So he has y'all saying y'all trade down one spot with the Jets, and y'all take the 2, y'all get the 33rd and the 103. Would y'all and the Jets would take the first pick and probably draft Fernando Mendoza. Would you have ever considered that, Nick?
If that happens, the Raiders already got older Fernando Mendoza.
Oh, we gotta get Nick back over here. Nick, no pun intended, Nick froze. All right, there you go, Nick.
I dropped my phone. Say it again, John. My bad.
So Bill Barnwell has a mock trade for you guys. Y'all trade the number 1 to the Jets.
Hey, another former Brave. What the hell the Angels doing over there?
For the number 2 pick, the 33rd pick, and the 103rd pick. Oh shit, it's Travis Arnaud. That's not Travis Arnaud.
Yeah, that's what I said. Another Brave.
Wow.
They got Jorge Soler too. That's what was fighting. They about to turn into the what the fuck was they about to turn into the
he's out. He's out.
They about to turn into the
Anaheim Braves.
Anaheim Braves.
Would you consider this, Nick Freeze?
What's that?
Trading the
trade?
1 to the
Nah. My thing is I still you still got a hard draft pick though. Don't get me wrong. And but at this point, sometimes there's certain qualities about players that go beyond just the field that can help your team. And I think that's what they see like in Mendoza. Like even outside of his skills, they feel as if his leadership can be something that can be like stable within the organization that really hasn't had like no real leadership since Derek Carr. And I always said Derek Carr is consistently one of the best leaders in the NFL because he's been through some bullshit and he kept teams together when they really could have just went to shit a few years. So I think that could be something right there. That type of stuff can be infectious within the within the locker room. And my thing is I don't want to be with the opportunity to get this guy that's supposed to be good and then let's say we do make this trade, and we end up getting what's his name from Alabama instead, like everybody keeps saying for some reason, Orlovsky, and Mendoza ends up being like the savior for the Jets, and we look like fucking idiots because we could have had our savior, but we traded him for some extra draft picks because of some bullshit.
All right, Cody, what you think of this trade? He has the Rams, and I got a different trade for you. So he has the Rams trading the 13th pick to the Vikings for the 18th pick, the 97th pick, and JJ McCarthy.
Hold on now.
Now, first of all,
because I only say this is a smart move because JJ McCarthy was a fucking Blake Corum merchant at Michigan, and he would be a Blake Corum merchant one more fucking time in LA. So it makes sense. I don't think it's asinine. And I felt like Sean McVay would, if it was something that actually went through, I feel like Sean McVay would make it work. But it would give McCarthy a chance to set behind Matthew Stafford for another year or so. He would learn how to actually be a competent quarterback. And he's then they move down and they still get at 18, they still get Mekhi Lemon still at 18. I still think that they could get him there, or maybe even Carnell Tate that low. So there you go.
Well, speaking of the 18,
we don't need them to get any more receivers. They're okay.
They're going to get Mekhi Lemon, bro. I'm telling you, he's going to be there.
I know.
Mark, what do you think about this trade with Carolina? They trade the Chargers the 19th pick. They move down to the 22nd pick and also acquire Quentin Johnson from the Chargers.
How would that help the Panthers?
I guess they're supposed to be giving Bryce Young another weapon. They go alongside Pat McMillan.
You get a receiver. I'm mad at that.
No,
not Jalen Coker.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, they got the dude who he puts possum.
Yeah, you good?
What?
You good?
He do eat possum pussy.
Sam said he wants Jordan Tyson on the Rams. No, you might not. Jordan Tyson's going to be interesting because it's his medical that's going to be his medical is going to be his determining factor with him getting drafted. Okay, Nick, here's another one, and obviously this is the one trade I feared.
Nick to look at.
The Raiders, they get the 23rd pick, a third rounder in 2027, and Nolan Smith from the Eagles, but you got to send them Max Crosby.
No, I'll have it all later.
Thank you for not helping the Eagles.
Oh,
I'm gonna say, well, the Eagles.
You mean Jalen Hurts, Mister? I don't like Mister. How about this? Mark your Bills. As Mark, give Mark a second. All right, your Bills. Y'all trade out of the first round with the Titans for the 35th pick. Y'all get the 66th pick. Y'all send them a 5th rounder as well, and y'all send them Keon Coleman.
So we get a 35th pick.
Get the 35th.
We get a 2nd and 3rd to give up our 1st and Keon Coleman.
Yeah, and a 5th.
No.
But that sounds like the most Brandon Bean bullshit I ever heard, though.
No, it don't. Brandon Bean to say, go back up, John. Brandon Bean to say, you can take our other 3rd round pick and give us our 5th one, and then he'll make that trade.
Cody, your Texans at 28 move up to number 19, and with the Panthers, y'all also get the 83rd pick, y'all get the 200th pick and the Panthers move back to y'all 28. They also get y'all 2nd rounder at 59 and y'all 4th rounder at 106.
I mean, I don't know what we're taking that high. I mean, my interior offensive lineman maybe, or maybe Sadiq, the tight end out of Fuck, is he Miami? That's where he's from, right? So, like
Oregon.
Yeah, okay, Oregon, my bad. Yeah, Oregon. Yeah, that's about all that makes sense to me, but I don't know. I would just rather, if we're gonna do that, let's just trade down and get out of the first round and get a bunch of second rounders and deal with it. So
all right. This trade, I hope the Steelers will be stupid enough to do something like this. They get the 29th pick from the Steelers, from the Chiefs. They get the Chiefs, obviously, which is the Rams pick. And they get the 53rd pick, 121, but they also get Alan Tyson from the Steelers.
Immediately no. Alan Tyson is nice.
Yeah, I don't want him on the Chiefs though.
Giving him the fucking Spags would be asking for trouble.
Exactly. Nick, how about you Raiders make a deal with Nessus Dolphins where y'all get the 30th pick. Y'all move up. The Dolphins move down to 36. You also give them y'all third round during 2027, but they're sixth rounder in 2027.
Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at that because I've always said I thought we were going to trade up into the draft. I have a funny feeling like this year we're going to trade up in the draft, and I think it's going to be somewhere around that pick. And I think we're going to end up drafting like somebody to help on offense, maybe, or maybe if there's like a really good defender available around that time, we might get one. But I just have a funny feeling that this year we're going to like trade up or draft Kobe Lane.
All right, so Peter Schrager has his mock draft. He only does one mock draft a year, so this is his one. Two. Well, this is his first one.
Week 1, and then the day before the draft, I think.
Right. So this is his first one. Obviously, he has Fernando Mendoza going to Knicks Raiders. By the way, Mendoza announcing he's not going to be in Pittsburgh for the draft. He's going to stay in Miami with his family.
So many people are like, we've never seen that before. I'm like, you guys have not watched the draft in the last decade.
I mean,
yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, Myles Garrett. Baker Mayfield.
Joe Burrow wasn't there, even though it was a COVID draft, but still, that still counts.
Trayvon Walker. Wasn't there when he got drafted number 1 by Jacksonville. This is nothing new. So here's the rest of the first round. He has David Bailey going to the Jets at 2, Arvell Reese to the Cardinals at 3. He has Jeremiah Love going to the Titans at 4. Francis Muigawa to the Giants at 5. Spencer Fernald to the Browns at 6. Sonny Styles to the Commanders at 7. Ruben Bain to the Saints at 8. Jordan Tyson to the Chiefs at number 9. Mansour Delane goes to the Bengals at 10. Carnell Tate to the Dolphins at 11. Caleb Downs to the Cowboys at 12. The Rams get Mekhi Lemon at 13. Kenyon Sadiq to the Ravens at 14. My guy Jermon McCoy going to the Titans at 15. Omar Cooper Jr. to the Jets at 16. Olive Uwane going to the Giants to the Lions at 17. Emmanuel McNeil Warren from Toledo going to the Vikings.
I like that safety.
Monroe Freeman, y'all boy, Mark and Cody going to the Panthers. Akeem Metasur from Miami going to the Cowboys. TJ Parker from Clemson to the Steelers. Blake Miller from Clemson to the Chargers. Denzel Boston from the receiver from Washington to the Eagles. KC Concepcion to the Browns. Kalen Proctor going to the Bears. Markey has y'all taking Caden McDaniel from Ohio State. Caleb Lamou going to San Francisco. Cody has y'all taking Max Ihenaker from Arizona State. He has the Chiefs taking my other guy, Colton Hood from Tennessee. The Dolphins with our pick taking Dylan Thiemann from Oregon.
What's his name?
Thiemann or whatever his name is. I don't know. That's the same. New England Patriots taking Keelan Rutledge at 31, and then Jadarian Price, the other running back from Notre Dame,
getting 2 running backs getting taken in the first round.
You hearing something? Look, Schrager's mocks are pretty accurate. he hears stuff. He hears stuff. This is what he be hearing.
Nigga,
I'm gonna say this.
did you see how much Notre Dame ran the ball last year? They literally had a 2-back system when they basically had 2 running backs running for down there. Well, I don't know if he ran for 1,000, but old boy for sure did. All they did was run the fucking ball.
Oh wow! Oh, like take get a little physical.
So y'all been hearing that? What's his name from the Giants?
Dexter Lawrence requested a trade.
Yeah,
requested a trade. Can people please stop tying Buffalo to that? Do they know who our GM is?
Hey, you know, they said they want a 2nd round pick.
Hey Nick, I'll give him a first round pick.
Hey, look, no lie. The amount of pressure that he brings as a nose guard is absolutely unbelievable. He has 108 pressures since he's gotten drafted. The next closest person to him is old boy from Big Vita from whatchamacallit? From the Bucks.
Tampa.
At 32.
Vita Vea.
And Nick, I'll give him a first round
At 32.
I don't know about that yet, Sam. He's a project for sure.
Man, who from the projects?
Taylor Green, the quarterback from Arkansas, he'll be a franchise QB. I don't know about that.
Man, get the fuck out of here. I've heard all that before.
By
Yeah,
the way,
okay.
By the way, Schrager, no Ty Simpson in the first round.
Because he's not that good.
Well, let Dan know.
Yeah, he hasn't
Well,
heard.
Dan Orlovsky's on payroll, so he got to do that.
But we have some. So
I think that and that Arizona State pick. I'm just saying for us picking an Arizona State player, that's on par. And I just say that is like we pick Iowa State or Arizona State players or teams. We just literally in the first round or the second round or third round, we love guys that come from colleges that are red and yellow. So,
well,
just
our
pretty
first
much.
round. Our first round pick is already in OTAs, and that's Jalen Waddle. So we'll see what we do in the second round.
My Wolverines.
Yeah, this is definitely a weak quarterback class. Next year is the class you want to be in with, possibly if they live up to the hype. But we got some pro prospect comps, and Cody, you're a good person to have this on because obviously you dabble in fantasy football. So I want to get you some of your thoughts on some of these comps. Cedric Falk, they comparing him to Cam Jordan. Spencer Fernell from Utah, they're comparing him to Charles Cross. Jordan Tyson, they're comparing him to Jerry Jeudy.
That's not good.
They said Tyson uses his quickness to separate and his speed and yak ability to be an uncoverable receiver against man coverage. Like Jeudy, he can be too complex in his releases. Pause. And struggle with physicality through the route, but a healthy Tyson can be both a big play threat and a high volume receiver in the league.
I just heard that he's like super polarizing. He's either going to be taken inside the top 10 or outside. He's going to be in the bottom. I don't think he's in the middle somewhere. I think he's just either at the top or at the bottom from whatever thing that I've heard.
Those two guys can forgot. Nick.
What happened?
Sheesh.
That's wild, man. He compared Omar Cooper Jr. to Rashid Rice. Said Cooper had a breakout season for Indiana 2025, hauling 13 touchdowns. Already 50% of his receiving yards were yards after the catch. The area of his game that best mirrors Rashid Rice's skill set. Cooper does an excellent job in setting up blocks. He's patient and has good vision and shows overall contact balance to chew up yards.
Hey,
is his driving skill set better than Rashid Rice, though?
I hope so.
Rashid Rice not the one that got arrested for domestic violence?
Yes.
That too.
That too.
Yeah. They're comparing Arvell Reese to Micah Parsons.
No.
Monroe Freeling, y'all guy, to another Georgia lineman, Broderick Jones. Francis Muigawa, they're comparing him to my guy, Darnell Wright. Jonah Coleman, they're comparing him to David Montgomery. Kyle Lewis, comparing him. Whoa, slow down.
That's crazy.
To Derek They're comparing Kyle Lewis to Derrick Brooks. And let's.
All right. Are we seeing who actually made this comparison?
Yes. This was Lewis Riddick said this.
Okay.
So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, are we looking at who's actually making this comparison?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it. I'm not gonna go too over the top of it because I know I trust Lewis Riddick.
I don't.
But Chris Bell, he compares to AJ Brown.
That's AJ Brown,
the one that carries the Eagles. Sonny Styles compares to Fred. Whoa,
with Fred Warner.
Fred Warner that only has one leg.
Oh, not the good. All right.
Your guy Nick and Mark Zachariah Branch comparing him to Zay Flowers. And Nick, he's comparing your future quarterback. Mike Tannenbaum is comparing your future quarterback to Matt Ryan.
No,
I wouldn't be mad at that.
They should have compared him to a quarterback they have on the team.
My guy Jermon McCoy, they comparing him to Stephon Gilmore. Congratulations on your retirement.
Shout out to Stephon Gilmore.
And then Ruben Bain comparing him to Brandon Graham.
They said his stock dropping.
Who?
I don't know how true it is, though.
All right.
Ruben Bain.
With his T-Rex arms?
Let it drop. Let it keep dropping.
Excuse me, John?
Let his stock keep dropping. Relax. It's wrong. Relax.
Drop it low. Drop it low.
Who's Mekhi Lemon's comp? They didn't show Sam, but
I bet Daniel Jeremiah has one.
I forgot who his comp was, but I hear it a lot out here in LA because I think a lot of Rams fans want Mekhi Lemon on the Rams to be the third wide receiver. And obviously, with all the stuff going on with Puka, they need another reliable receiver just in case he goes off the rails during the season, which he normally doesn't. I think he's just had too fun of an off season, and hopefully by the time Rams get started with OTAs, his head will be in a better his mind.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That's who I heard. That is who I heard people compare him to.
That's who Daniel Jeremiah is comparing him to.
Casey Concepcion.
Mm-hmm.
That is who I heard. A lot of people say he reminds them of Amon-Ra St. Brown coming out of SC. And that's mine. Amon-Ra St. Brown coming out of SC, he was good. He wasn't who he was with the Lions, and he went in the 4th or 5th round, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Mekhi Lemon, people are shitting on him because he runs like a 4.5. Like, he's pretty slow.
I think I personally think he just tanked the combine, period. I definitely think his interviews, he pretty much tanked the interview because look at him in the press conference. He did not want to be there at all, but that's a whole nother conversation. But we'll talk more about that. Look, we're 2 weeks away from the draft. The Sports4U draft watch party will go down 2 weeks from Thursday for round 1.
God damn.
So be tuned for that information. But let's get to the final segment of the program. It's often imitated. It's never duplicated. Some people who say stuff in the sports world need to get called out for it, and this is the place where we do it. It is time for calling out names. All right. So let me go ahead and get to my calling out names. I got one person.
That's not real, huh? Who? Oh, you got Doc Rivers.
I haven't heard that. But let's go ahead. I need to get to Mr. Google me. One Glenn Rivers. So y'all been following this story with the whole situation with Giannis and the Bucks. And obviously it seemed like there's been a lot of dissension in the Bucks locker room, and Glenn Rivers has been at the center of it. So as he had during a team meeting with his Bucks players, and obviously there was been a lot of resentment towards him and stuff like that. Whatever. Go read the article. I don't have time to go through all that.
Look at me. Google me. Look at my resume. Google me.
He said, "Look at my resume. Google me." Excuse me.
Google you is? Do you have a Hub account? Is that what we're supposed to be Googling?
Google me, huh? That's funny. No, it's not. How about we Google the fact that every time you're up 3-1 in the playoffs, you lose? We can Google that. You ain't done nothing since you've been in Milwaukee. You didn't do nothing with the Clippers. You still let off that one title with the Celtics. What would you do in Orlando? You was about to get fired. Well, you did get fired, and thank God you didn't take the Lakers job. Thank God. But Doc Rivers, stop it, man. Google me.
I was looking for this post, and they Googled him, all right.
Google me. That's funny.
They said he stopped the Orlando having a super team.
Yeah, he did. He is a stop. He is a good defensive coach. He told Tim Duncan, no, your wife can't come on the team playing. And Tim Duncan was like, well, okay, well, I'm staying in San Antonio and continue building this dynasty. Where he could have had you, T-Mac, and Grant Hill on the same team.
God. My God. Like, can we reimagine, that happened in another timeline somewhere? Like, literally in another timeline, that shit.
I had it on NBA Live.
Tim Duncan was on the fucking Magic with Grant Hill and T-Mac.
And think about it. Grant Hill was still dealing with those injuries after he left Detroit. If you get Tim Duncan there, he does not rush back. And T-Mac turned into
what year is that? What year is that?
2000, 2001. 2001. That was the year that was the year he became a free agent. Because we signed that was 2001 was when T-Mac and Grant Hill ended up signing with the Magic.
Mike Miller, Bo. Oh my God.
Mike Miller was rookie of the year.
Mike Miller, Bo Outlaw, John Ameche, Michael Doliak, and Andrew DeClaire. Holy shit. With Timmy D, that would be disgustingly. They've been bad. They've been so bad. They'd have been.
That's why they had to sign.
And bad in a good way.
And they would have had T-Mac and Grant Hill. But Doc Rivers told Tim Duncan, no, your wife can't come on the team playing. Wow. That was stupid. How stupid was that? How stupid was that? Yeah, so Doc Rivers, that's why if you want to Google Doc Rivers, make sure y'all look up Doc Rivers Orlando Magic.
And then they end up with Horace Grant's and Patrick Ewing's old aged out ass the next season.
Oh my God. That was disgusting. But yeah, that's my call out names. Go ahead, Mark.
I was gonna put somebody on there, but Stephen A. Smith and Matt Barnes and Pat Beverly.
Oh my God.
I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what y'all got going on.
It's insane.
But all this need to stop, man.
Yeah. All right. We all know the situation with Stephen A. and Matt Barnes was over the whole LeBron Memphis comments thing.
And now, LeBron was right.
And let me say this. For someone who has family roots in Memphis, I didn't have a problem with anything LeBron said. I know what Memphis is like. I know everything he said about it is true.
Listen, man. Once I heard a player got robbed walking from the arena to the hotel, which is right across the street, it was enough for me.
The hotels in Memphis are not the best. And Jeff T came out on 520. He said it. He said he tried to take an ice bath and the water turned brown. That's disgusting.
Did he get in it when the water turned brown, or
he was in there getting ready to take an ice bath?
Oh, he didn't get in yet.
He was getting ready to take an ice bath, and the water turned brown. And then, by the way, I'm see Jeff T when I'm in Vegas for WWE World. He's 520. He's doing a podcast on Sunday here. Also, obviously, in this and then they're staying at Hilton's and not Four Seasons. That's really the gist of it. And then obviously, look, they're not moving to Nashville because number one, Memphis can block anybody who moves anything within the state of Tennessee. So, but that whole situation. And then you have Pat Bev saying, "I'm better than you, Matt Barnes. I've always had a better career than you in crap." And I'm like, go somewhere, dude. Go somewhere, dude. But yeah, this all crazy. I know what the situation with Stephen A. and Matt was about the LeBron comments. And Stephen A. asked him, "Well, you talking about that? Why didn't you didn't question when Gavin Newsom about everything going on in California?"
Did the people on the golf course ask him about that?
About what?
What's going on in California? Or they asked him what's the worst city to play in?
No.
Stephen A. Smith got to shut the fuck up.
But I don't know this. But
that LeBron dick out your mouth.
Pause.
Let him piss.
But I don't know the situation with Pat Bev. I don't know what happened with how this whole Pat Bev, Matt Barnes stuff happened. I just saw Pat Bev off saying.
Well, that started because Pat Bev was talking about Dwayne Wade, and Matt Barnes sided with Dwayne Wade. And Pat Barnes trying to get his show off the ground, so anybody that says his name, he's going to.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. Nick, you got anybody?
Yes, I have Patrick Beverly on Call name.
No.
Go ahead.
He said
we go be on the show next.
Hey, Nico.
Shout out to Nico.
Exactly. He said that he would choose Rudy Gobert over Ben Wallace.
At what?
For defense. At defense. He said he's choosing Gobert.
At what?
Defense. I didn't even, so it was so crazy that I didn't even bother to even hear more of the explanation than I heard. As soon as I heard him say he's taking Rudy Gobert over Ben Wallace, I said I'm cool.
Right.
Over there.
Get out of here. Okay, this is why sometimes dudes just don't know how to don't know how grateful it is to have a platform. You saying stupid stuff like that. Yeah, ain't nobody in the world taking no Rudy Gobert over Ben Wallace. We're talking defense.
Oh shit, Jerry Vanderbilt, your coach, just got into it.
And JJ?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great.
It took 16 seconds to the game. He called a timeout to take Jerry Vanderbilt out. But go ahead, Nick.
All right.
Yeah, that's why I got on Call My Names. That's it.
Cody, who you got?
Is he doing? Is Pat Bev? Is he still on hooping and hollering with Jay Will?
No, he got
kicked off, right?
Yeah, he's doing his own thing now.
Yeah, he's trying to get a show off. That's what he's trying to get a show off the ground. So anybody who say Pat Bev's name, who has any kind of clout, he's gonna.
Yeah. That's type of tension. Like, I mean, he still think Chris Paul's overrated, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Well,
I mean, I watched Pat Bev at University of Arkansas because when I was living in Arkansas, he was still at Arkansas. So, but
by the way, he said his favorite player growing up at Arkansas was JJ Redick.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna say this:
he's not from Arkansas. I don't think
he's from Chicago.
Him in high school was nice.
Yes, he was.
It wasn't a score 27-6.
Yeah. By the way,
yeah, I don't.
Lakers actually drafted Patrick Beverly.
Yep.
But we traded him to Miami.
That's what him and Rashad McCants got into it about that work.
About the Oregon F. Rashad McCants too. Forget Rashad McCants too. He's such an idiot.
She is.
Rashad McCants. Cody, who you got?
Rashad, I
can't think of anybody tonight off the top of my head. I don't really have anybody other than the fact of just I just say this: fans need to just get off the tip when it comes to the draft because I'm already just hearing shit that doesn't need to let the players do what they want to do. They don't show up. They don't want to show up to the draft. Big fucking deal. Like literally big fucking deal. Just
and I'm assuming this is all over the fact that Fernando Mendoza is not going to the draft.
Yeah. Like, he's the number one pick. He should be there. I'm like, no. He's not getting paid yet. He's not getting paid yet. So why does he need to be there?
No, he shouldn't.
Tons of first round picks don't show up. I mean, like I said, we named a bunch.
I go to 2015. Jameis and Marcus Mariota went 1 and 2, and neither one of them were at the draft.
Well, Jameis was still in the touchdown.
He was somewhere stealing cribs.
He was doing what?
Crab legs.
He
was eating crab legs.
Yeah, you good? You good? You all right?
He got crabs. There was a white girl standing next to him that he got crabs from. That's
wait.
He got crabs? He stole crabs?
He got crabs.
Yo,
he got crabs. They're on a plate next to the white girl.
That's insane, man.
Well,
stealing crabs from a white girl is crazy.
I can't believe said that.
Would you have on Johnson?
Yo, chill. All right. We gonna get up out of here. Friday, we'll be back Friday. Obviously, starting to look ahead to the NBA playoffs. When they're the end of the season.
Tuned in, go watch my apology.
Yes, if you missed the show, go check out Cody's apology to Fat and the Michigan Wolverines. It was BuzzFeed TV. But we're gonna talk about the playoffs, start looking ahead to the playoffs. Wemby and all this talk about these injuries and the 65 game rule crap. Can we stop it? Check me out tomorrow.
Good. About to be first team all NBA.
And
that's what I meant.
That's insane. He's gonna be all. He should be all NBA.
He might win MVP off of everybody being hurt.
The greatest receiver,
most overrated. Sammy Watkins, Keyshawn Johnson, Odell Beckham, Josh Gordon, Des Bryant, Chad Johnson, Javaris Landry, Andre Reed, Kenny Gallup. All right.
He's the most overrated. Kenny Galladay's the answer to that question.
Well, they get that whole list of people.
Oh, it's a list and like in order?
Kenny Galladay, yeah, he's trash.
I know why Mark saw the list. I know why the list caught Mark's attention.
I'm about to send it to the group chat.
I see now why the list caught Mark's attention. I'm waiting till y'all see the group chat because I think Mark because there was some blasphemy on that list. Now I see now why the list caught Mark's attention. But yeah, tomorrow.
Excuse me.
Oh boy,
I said Andre Reed being on there is wild.
Yeah, that's what caught Mark's attention. That's exactly what caught Mark's attention to this list.
Wild.
They put Andre on there.
You said Andre Ryan?
No, I said Kelvin Benjamin.
Oh, I hate Kelvin Benjamin. I hate Kelvin Benjamin.
Want to bring Bean? You play for the Panthers. You play for us players.
Where's Javon Walker
at? Hey, John, he been the same since he got his ass flipped out there in Vegas.
He really hasn't. Where's Javon Walker at, dude? Come on, dude. Stole money.
You robbed the Raiders.
Come on, dude. Stole money, man, dude. All right. But check me out tomorrow. Final Sports4U Wrestling before WrestleMania. And then obviously No Rules is coming back.
We'll be here Thursday.
The return to No Rules. So make sure y'all follow on IG Live. And then me and Mark will be here Friday for Sports4U to talk NBA playoffs, the 65-game rule, and all that other stuff. And then all four of us will be back here on Tuesday. Only one show next week because I'll be heading to Vegas next week for WrestleMania. So
we have to understand why the Phoenix. Okay,
you still trying to figure that out? Huh?
Yep.
Find out who their first. I mean, AI probably got the answer.
Allen Iverson.
No, well, he probably know the answer too. But I mean,
shout out to the Heart Foundation.
Yeah, you said shout out to the who? To the Heart Foundation.
I don't know if Nick really meant that, but that sounds, but it sounds funny hearing him say that. We'll get up out of here.
The Heart That's the Heart.
Heart.
That's what
HART.
That's what BC do. Oh,
yeah, you good?
BC. That's that for black. Right. Never mind. Go ahead.
All right, we'll see y'all on Friday. Have a good week, everybody. This has been Sports4U. I'm John. That's Mark. That's Nick. That's Cody. Peace, everybody.
For you, from the coast to you, 3 LA minds talking what we do, from the streets to the stats, from the bar to the chat. Sports4U. Yeah, we run it like that. Hit that link, lock that feed, John. Nick, all that you need. Sports4U. Every day, new seed from LA roots to the whole world's league.